Hello.
Hello.
Hello. How's everyone doing today? It's Tuesday.
It is Tuesday.
Who's the Jazz Nation? I think that
The Jazz
PJ
Bums
too.
Discord is the Jazz Nation, obviously.
I was gonna do it tomorrow, but I said why not? Now I can do a lot of work tomorrow. So I taking this month. This month I'm just working at home. I'm not driving into work. So
nice.
Yes.
Do that every month.
Well, I don't want the stress of driving through traffic and shit.
Isn't it weird who has a wrench now in StreamYard?
Who?
No, you can if a mod posts, it has a little wrench next to their name.
That's Harry. I mean, do you trust Harry?
Well, it's your show.
No, I trust Harry. Unfortunately, I trust Harry. Hey, so Mike, I went back and they had some more audiophile classical at the Safari, and I found a second copy of this on Alto.
Yeah.
So I Poach Plastic wanted the other one. I'll take the lower numbered one.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm equipped, and then he wanted this one.
Okay.
That's a Chetsky.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch that interview that what's his face? The audiophile guy did of him?
No.
Who's the audiophile guy? You know, with the long hair, the old guy who does
Michael
audio.
45?
Huh?
Said Michael 45?
No.
No.
With the old guy?
Rick,
yeah, I think I know what you're talking about. He does a lot of tape reviews.
But he does audio equipment.
I don't know.
He used to work for CNET. What's his name, Mazzy?
Oh, Gutenberg.
Yeah. He interviewed Chetsky. I thought Chetsky be some like 80-year-old dude.
Isn't he a hockey player? Wayne Gretzky? What's his name?
Chetsky is a musician, music producer,
I know.
rock on tour, and he has an audiophile record label. He was doing it I think before what's his face? Guys, my brain is mush today.
I see that.
Pre-Chad. Who's the pre-Chad
guy? As our people say, Rob, wherefore this day different from every other day.
Look,
Michael Hobson. Michael Hobson.
Yes. Chetsky was Hobson before Hobson.
What kind of microphone voice is that?
Okay.
Hey everybody, we're going to get into some jazz records.
Yeah. Michael just got a job working on a subway, naming stops.
Yeah.
Welcome to NPR. We're going to be exploring the textile industry in Indonesia.
Job at the end of the day
was that. So I have a lot of new stuff to show, but a record store couldn't process all these records, and last night they posted, "Oh, we have boxes and boxes of hip hop 12 inches. Come by; they're all free." No one came by, but today there was more than just hip hop in these boxes, and there was a lot of cool jazz. I have one giant score out of this box, but
like West Coast stuff or what?
I'll show you the stuff.
We said cool jazz, so
I said cool like it's cool jazz. Like, okay. Yeah, I know you've been asking me if I could look out for this one for you.
Oh God, Chris. I love you.
Did you say you wanted this one, Chris?
Ooh, dude, I love Kid and Play, but no, I do not want that.
You don't want a 12-inch of Kid and Play?
No, thanks.
No, but there was a Mike Oldfield record in there.
So that's the Tubular Bells guy?
Yeah.
I've never even seen that record by Michael Oldfield.
I'll save it for you, Matthew. This is Norman Connors, who at one time was a great jazz.
He likes to be called Mazzy Connors now, so just
and then he did like Baby I Love to Kiss You. Have you heard of this record, The Rim Shots, Mazzy?
No.
That's a cool cover though.
Yeah, it's a
soul rim shot. Yeah, it's quite the rim shot on that front.
I looked up some of this. This is a desirable record here.
By the way, all you peanut gallery folks, I just got to say, everything's packed up. It's being dropped up tomorrow. So I'm
like all the people here bought from you, Mazzy.
Well, I see three people that bought from me.
So does anyone know?
I'm just trying to be nice.
Does anyone know the rim shots?
4 people now. Roger's here. See, our fan base crosses over.
That's
Okay.
true. Yours is much larger than all of ours, though.
Size
So you
doesn't
wanna
mean
know-
anything, boys.
I'm showing you the less desirable
Oh.
stuff.
Well, that's great. I'm glad that we're seeing less desirable shit you have.
Actually, this
Five
hip
people,
one,
Nick.
this hip hop one is goes for some dough, most stuff.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
All right, I don't know this one, but this was labeled as free jazz.
Ooh.
Spirits in the Sky, Open Sky.
I thought it was Norman Greenbaum.
No, although these names aren't that much different. There's Robert Moses.
I
David
always
Lee.
wondered what his
David
first name was. I always wondered. Did you know Moses' first name was Robert?
Hey everyone,
Hmm.
you can throw virtual tomatoes at Mazzy.
Hey, Rob, let my people go.
Does anyone know this label? PM.
No,
no.
No.
But
I don't think that's the label. I think it's PMR.
it's PM. PM Records, 1975.
Brad says Open Sky is great. So
Nicole is proud.
Yes.
She's a proud non-buyer.
it's all right.
So does that? Hey, Lastman, do you know this record? Let me know in the comments below.
Well, Brad Thiel knows it. Does that count?
Zazzy Moses.
Oh, what's up? It is so. Brad Thiel, what would you say about Open Sky?
He just said it was great. What else you want, man?
That's quite the coincidence because I played the
Ooh.
Earth, Wind, and Fire album to the sky.
This will be in the auction because I have a copy, and this is a fantastic album.
To
Yeah, I need a copy of that.
This is what would you call it? It's Les McCann. It's Miles. What's the Miles album?
I don't know.
Which
It's on,
one
I
is
haven't
like,
heard it.
there's like 100.
No, the one your favorite Miles album,
And
Mazzy.
it's not.
Silent Way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is a lot like Silent Way. In
Who plays
fact,
guitar on it?
here's who you have on here: Yusuf Lateef, Purdy, the drummer for the Beatles,
Mm-hmm.
Al Mozon, and Cornell Dupree.
Oh shit! I need that.
So
You
it's
should
funky.
send
So
me a
it's
copy.
funky
It's clean.
too, maybe.
This is really good. Okay,
Anything Cornell Dupree's on's a little funky at some point.
Oh, yeah.
this is no, this isn't sealed. I
No,
always
it's
see this
Dupree.
record, and
It's not bad.
when he first came on the scene, he was like a unique guy because he played that way.
Yeah.
He didn't strum he fingered it.
Yeah, it did.
Mhm.
So that's
Do you
usually
like that
okay,
record?
this is nice. This will probably be in the auction because I have it. This is a white label promo.
Ooh.
This one, he plays with Carter Jefferson, Stanford James is right. Gary Bartz is on here. Curtis Fuller, James Spalding. Yeah, this is a good record.
Looks sweet.
But all his records are usually pretty good.
Do you have them all now?
Yeah. There's like two Muse records I do not have.
Hmm.
This record, I don't know this one, but I looked it up. Richard Penhas, which are my cousin's last name, and this is like a prog experimental electronic music from the
Cover's neat.
70s. Does anyone know this one?
You picked that out. You brought that home with you. Look at that cover, man. That's like a shit.
Dude, the record's in great shape, and it goes for
You
some
just
dough.
brought like 600 million.
It goes for some
molds
dough,
poured into your house.
Maslow.
All
Goes
those
for
molds
some
poured
dough.
into your house.
As we'd like to say, Zazzy. Do you guys know Mazzy got a new nickname today?
I have it. It says right there, Zazzy.
All right. Has anyone ever seen this? I've seen it a couple times. This Chuck Mangione twofer.
What the fuck?
Where
would you
when
do?
he
That
was
doesn't even look like
jazz.
his silhouette. That's bizarre. Where's
This
the
is when
hat?
this is when he was playing not more or 60s jazz. Who's on here with him?
Ooh, with his brother? His Gap
Before
on
the
there?
flugelhorn?
This is from 62.
Oh wow.
Hey Baby, the Jazz Brothers, and Recordio, Chuck Mangione, Jazzland. It was a Jazzland record. So he's playing on here with two different lineups. The second lineup is Wynton Kelly, Sam Jones, and Lewis Hayes.
Eddie says it's good. He has it.
Yes. Okay. I'll show you. I did have a thrift store at Kick-Ass Hall, but I'll pull that out in a second.
I'd be really afraid to see all the records in your house right now, Rob.
Dude, it's horrible.
that's
Please
what I-
call. Please help me, everyone.
Hey, I've tried to help my friends, and they never take. I've tried to help Coffee Dave for like 8 years now. And
This
no
one's
way.
pretty beat. This one's pretty beat up. I'll see how it plays, but it's a New York label with a P.
What is it? I was talking to Loki on the Discord. What's the cover? Oh, okay.
Never
No.
seen that one.
Yeah.
Hey, can I share my screen for a second? I found something cool.
Yes.
So this is PM Records that David Lee,
Oh, I have the Elvin Jones.
right? So if you click, so first of all, PM Records where jazz is supposed to be. Okay,
That's
whatever.
presumptuous.
Okay, but hold on. Check this out. So if you click into this image, it takes you to another order form where there's still a bunch of stuff where you can get like that Elvin Jones LP is still available.
Yeah, you can get it, and it's
And this is-
fantastic. You know that group that Felipe likes, the young kid, Demi and
Oh yeah, JD Beck.
JD Beck.
It's
That
amazing,
Elvin
JD
Jones
Beck.
sounds, because of John Hammer, it sounds very similar.
Well, hold on. So first of all, I think their catalog like dates back to the 70s.
Oh,
They do have a recent release that was supposed to come out in November 2023, so they're still putting material out. But
Yeah.
the best part is up at the top. Look at this quote. You've got the hippest catalog. It should be mandatory listening in jazz classrooms so that students will hear what the real shit sounds like.
Hey,
Hey now.
that's
Anyway,
cool.
I'll drop
quite
a
as
link.
good as the motto for Stiff Records. If it ain't stiff, it ain't worth it.
Wait, can you post that link, because I've
Yes.
been looking for a bunch of titles there.
Yeah, so not everything. I was clicking around. Not everything is in stock, but there's a good number of
Well,
titles.
Rob, you have to get rid of 25 records for every record you order from there.
Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, it's sad. I have final depression.
Rent a storage unit, get a bunch of those.
Then I have to spend money. Trust me, I'm getting rid of
like
records,
90
even though-
bucks a month. It's not that much.
Nancy,
Okay.
can you decipher what Roberto's talking about
I
here?
did say I wouldn't let my kids watch that shit. My son didn't. Barney, are you fucking kidding me? He watched some
Oh,
good
Barney.
kid stuff, but not Barney.
What's wrong with Barney, man?
Oh,
Okay,
Barney.
we'll go back. I have a lot to show. I can write these off by showing
I
them.
want to talk about
Look at
Barney.
everyone
on
have
Barney.
this. 32.
What? Why is Barney so offensive?
No shit.
Hey, Mazzy, you know me.
would you?
I know you. Blah, 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 blah.
Exactly. It's
Um,
crazy, yes.
Does anyone have this? This is basically
No, I don't
an
have
Earth,
that.
Wind,
Used
and
to have
Fire
that
record.
record. I don't have it anymore.
This is an Earth, Wind, and Fire record.
That
Here's
was a
which
big.
ones
That
you
was
like,
a popular record.
It's good,
Maurice White.
especially if you like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
I was playing Earth, Wind, and Fire just this morning. It was great.
I remember someone showing this, and they said this is a really good record.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's Ebony and Ivory, the early years.
Hmm.
Too soon.
Virtual Tomatoes.
Too soon. Oh shit.
Okay.
Barney's a Trump supporter. What?
He is.
I don't think
All right.
that's true.
This is actually a really good Bobby Hutcherson record. There's damage there.
Just draw something. Draw it in. Like get a
Is any-
purple felt marker.
Does anyone have this?
No,
I have.
I don't
I
have.
actually need this cover. I have one without a cover. But this is a fantastic. This is a
Doc,
horrible
don't tell me
cover.
to be careful.
This is a
Have you
horrible
ever-
cover, but this is very good.
Aren't there like Beatles white albums where people use it as like a canvas to draw
Yeah.
things?
Well, I saw the show up in Sacramento. It's this guy named. This Asian guy started this. It's like a museum traveling piece,
Yeah.
Oh, George Cable.
an installation, and it's called We Buy White Albums. And there's an Instagram and there's a website.
Oh yeah, I follow that.
And he keeps them in numerical order. Some are drawn. He just collects them. They have to be numbered copies.
Okay.
And he puts them in the bins. He does these displays every once in a while, where it's like a record store, but you can't buy anything.
Well, Rob should color in that Bobby Hutcherson.
Yeah.
Is the point.
I love your sass today. I found 2 copies of this.
We Buy White Albums.
Azimuth. Yes.
Yeah. On all the milestones.
Harry's throwing some ripe tomatoes.
Yeah, please hit me. You're the closest to Mazzy. Can you be my tomato surrogate, Harry? Just drive over to Mazzy.
Very good.
Anyone know this?
Can you shoot the kid a link? I'm sorry, the kid. I mean,
I got it.
Yeah.
This is mono neutral.
Sorry, I didn't mean to say the kid. I'll salute you, Michael.
Yes. I sent him the link.
What is this?
This is Shirley Scott.
Oh,
it's-
cool.
Glorified Gary McFarlane.
That's really
Mhm.
cool. I think your next is a.
Ooh, I like Ray Bryant.
I think your next
All right,
is an air purifier.
I'll toss this in your direction.
No, I don't want it. I'm just saying I like Ray Bryant. I got
Oh,
enough shit.
Michael's gonna make a drink.
I have a stack of records for you. What are you gonna care?
I don't need another one. I'm
In
trying
your
to be a little
pile.
choosy.
In your
Oh,
pile. Think of it as protecting the other records.
You're gonna put it on the outside of the box. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Little
This is
Halo
on
ship
Verve.
connection.
This is Verve. Okay.
Most of the
We're
Verve
gonna
records-
get to good. This is just regular stuff.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
That's the back of it though.
I know.
Shows
The
the front.
it's almost the same.
Yeah.
You love this one.
Do you have like 100 records?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a really good
It was-
record.
Do I have 100 records?
Can I? No, right now. Can I show
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
I have no idea if this is any good, but it was an impulse buy. This is the Mike Post Coalition. You know Mike Post, who
Yeah.
did the
Does it have the Rockford Files song
No,
on
he
it?
did the Rockford. He did Hill Street Blues, all these
He
things.
made
but-
all his money off of TV.
Exactly, but he was a friend. He went to high school with, or they were playing music early on of Jim Gordon, the drummer. I just read that book, and Joe Selvin and I were talking about the book.
I knew this
He
was.
mentioned this record because I don't. It's like I got it $10 on Discogs. It's not worth anything. It's an early Warner Brothers Green Label, but Jim Gordon's all over it. It's supposed to be kind of interesting. I don't think everyone needs it, but since I've been reading about Jim Gordon, this whole thing, and Mike Post, who was one of his longtime friends, I just thought I'd get this. So,
Well, thanks for showing a record that'll make the rest of the records I show look better.
oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I don't expect this to be
I mean,
anything great.
unless the
It could
Magnum
be kind
PI
of kitschy. Like I like TV show theme. I mean, the Rockford Files, and
I have that on 45. Actually, that's weird.
yeah, it's a good thing. So anyway,
We should start a new YouTube channel dedicated to the Rockford Files. We could watch it so we can talk about
well,
it.
here's the thing. I love the Rockford Files,
Mhm.
but there's no logical way that trailer that he lived in,
Mhm.
it wasn't hooked up to anything.
What would
I
it need to
mean,
be
where's
hooked
the
up to?
water?
you
How
didn't.
did he go to the
You weren't
bathroom
paying
to take a
attention,
shower?
Rob. He had the very first solar panel
Oh,
in
really, Sean?
California.
Yes.
That thing was not hooked up to anything. He had no water. There's no drainage.
Okay,
It came in from
what was
underneath
his-
the trailer.
What was the nickname that Isaac Hayes called him?
Oh shit, I can't remember.
Rockfish. Hey, Rockfish.
No, that's right. That
Mazzy,
show was great, man.
have you listened to that Mike Post Coalition?
No, not yet. No.
So in the notes on Discogs, it says it was recorded at 30 IPS on Nemo's 8-track system in Studio A, United Records, Hollywood, California. And Bud Shank's on that. There's a bunch of people on there. It's a huge
Yeah,
group.
that's what I'm saying. It's
Who else? That's everyone I can recognize.
Oh, it's like Jim Gordon is the only drummer, but there's 4 other percussion. Victor Feldman on percussion.
Okay.
You got Larry Knechtel on piano, Larry Knechtel on harmonica, Al Casey dobro. You got 4 trumpet players. You got Jim Horn,
Yep.
Tom Scott, Bud Shank,
Yep.
Bill Hinshaw, Sid Sharp, concert master. He played with Dan Hicks for a while, violin. Let's see.
There's
I
no
mean,
way
there's
Columbo's
literally a
better than-
whole orchestra.
Yeah, I bet that sounds real good.
It's probably interesting if
They're
nothing else.
two
So,
different shows, Roger.
1969. There's Jim Gordon. There's right there.
Yeah, his
Right.
pre-murdering days. Is that Donald Trump standing above him?
It's Mel Voyne. Melvoin. I don't know.
Is that? Do you know if that's the original pressing or if it is that the?
Mike? Well, it's
Oh
got
yeah,
to be.
it's the
I
US.
doubt they would press up this. It got a repress.
Yeah, no, it didn't.
But it's,
Yeah, I think
so
that's different. The cover, I saw that at your place, Maz, and the cover has the W7 logo, so that's the green. W7.
Anyway, Joe
what
Sullivan
is that
mentioned
kind
it in the book, and he mentioned it when we had our conversation. So I just figured I'd get it. And it's a cut copy, so I'm sure it didn't do anything at the time. So
Mike, what is it categorized as genre?
It says jazz, rock, funk / soul, folk, world, and country.
Yes.
Style, big
it
band.
could be one of these things that all the hipsters will start sampling now. You know,
Is
it's
a
like-
Menage a 10.
it could be the next. This could be the next Pete Jolly record.
Sounds like they couldn't make their minds up.
Yeah, is there any way, hey,
Oh,
light
Doc's
the
here.
attic, light in the attic.
Where are we going to drive? Are we going to drive to Salem and like get on the lines and fight for freedom together?
I'm ready. I'm ready, brother. I got time in my schedule.
Calm
I'm
down,
just
everyone.
giving you shit. I
We're
got my energy back. I finished
the
packing.
evening. We're
everything.
less political here. Hey, is there any way we can get Light in the Attic to give Mazzy his own record label where he can just put out shit?
Ivan, cut the crap.
I like the interview, by the way, Mazzy.
Hey, does anyone know who?
Wait, hang on. What interview?
Which
The
one?
interview with the author of the Gordon book.
Oh,
I like
that's
it.
that one.
I really
Yeah.
liked it. Yeah,
That was
nice.
so like a week and a half ago. So
I'm my videos take like a week. to post.
I'm teasing you.
My
Are you still
videos
having
take like a
problems?
week to post, so I'm late on everything. You know,
You can't upgrade. It's still not uploading.
No, it's I finally managed to do it. I don't know how, but it's up there now.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Sometimes things hang up. I mean, Dr. Robert was telling me a couple of times early on, he was uploading and it would stall
Yeah.
out or
Yeah, I've had that happen.
Yeah, but the problem's solved now. So yeah, so it's online. Yeah, finally.
Okay, we're going back to this. I only way I can write off these records is by showing them. Does anyone know who Ace Spectrum is?
Oh, I remember that
No.
record. Let me.
Don't
There's
know.
a guy on YouTube
This
who
is
goes by the
actually-
name of Spectrum, but
This record actually goes for a little bit of dough.
That's the 70s. I remember that record. I remember that
Yeah.
cover at least. I never heard it.
Yeah. Ace Spectrum. What
It's-
about this one?
You know, O.C. Smith,
Yeah, I
Little Green Apples.
don't know that record, but know the guy.
God
a
did
jazz
make
record.
those little green apples, and it don't rain in Indianapolis.
Nice,
This is the early Jazz Crusaders
cool.
on Pacific Jazz. So I didn't realize on here with them is Monk Montgomery and Joe Pass.
Nice, really nice.
Yeah, I collect the early stuff.
Do you have
Cool.
this one, Dr. Robert?
I think I have that one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. I found a bunch of their stuff out at the Jazz Mart in Chicago years ago. Does anybody know that record store? It's shut down. It was Delmark Records.
I know that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
So did you get all these free, Rob?
Yeah, most of these are free.
Free
I'll show
record.
you. There's a small bit of ones going, holy shit. So
So nobody else wanted them in L.A. County. but you
no,
did.
the record store couldn't process them all. They put all these out for free.
That's what I'm saying. Nobody else wanted them, so you took them.
Hey, this is an heirs to
That's
freedom,
cool, I think.
Mike.
Yeah.
He was the bass player for Weather Report before Jocko. Here's a Hank Jones record.
Oh, that's cool.
What label's that on?
He's playing so
Oh, that's Galaxy, right?
yes, I think it is. I looked at it.
Is that his solo album?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, but
Okay. This for me is huge.
Did Michael come up? Michael's not
Oh.
here yet.
Wow.
But check this out, Mazzy. You showed your Warner Green label. This is a Warner Green label.
I love anything Warner
Very
Green
nice.
labels worth listening to.
But also,
It's like A&M, the brownish
but
A&M.
this has
logo.
everything that came with it. It has the little booklet.
Oh
Nice.
man.
That's cool. See,
Who
that's
else
the
on
best thing you finally showed something good.
No, there's better stuff. Here's a Mazzy record right here.
Oh,
Oh,
that's a six
you have-
side.
Do you have this one?
I don't. I love Mahalia Jackson. I love
Yeah.
Doc.
This
Is it a
is
six
not in
side?
horrible. not in horrible condition.
Yeah.
Is that a
You want me to
mono?
put this aside for you?
Is that mono?
Yeah, if you're not, it's I mean, I'll take it.
It appears to be mono.
What year is? Do you know what year the recordings are from?
That's probably 58,
Oh yeah, it's 50s, easy.
58, 59. I
Mm,
love that.
so,
Okay, I'll show this one, and then
Hello, Michael.
Hey, how's it going?
Good.
does anyone know Jay Haggart?
Don't know.
Haggart? He's a Vibe player. This is on Dave Gerson's label.
Hmm.
Okay, so now here's some good stuff. Got Roy Haynes.
Oh yeah.
That is a suit.
I know.
Such a cool cover.
That's what Mazzy got bar mitzvahed in.
Yeah, it's 19. That's like 1971 or 2.
But he,
From-
these lineups
from
are killer on this.
That's
Is
triple
that about
breast.
72 or 3?
That's a triple breast.
Yeah, close, Mazzy. 78.
Oh, wow. Well, that's okay. Disco period.
I got a Milgrew Miller.
He played
Nice.
with Tony. He was in Tony's last band.
Yeah,
What is that on Landmark?
this is Landmark. Yeah.
Or in Keep News.
Okay, so I was going, shit, this is in there?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Alright.
no, it's just the cover, no record.
Oh,
No.
Here's
But
another
that's
Roy.
not even that was done in a Tone Poet, right? Not a classic.
Yeah,
Yep.
this is Tone Pope, but this is a
Yeah,
Liberty.
I have that. I think
It's
You
good.
have the original or the Tone Pope?
Hmm,
I have
nice.
the Tone Pope.
I have so much jazz, and I have to listen to more of it.
Now Mazzy has these pants too.
Yeah.
Another Roy Haynes.
Yeah, exactly.
But a killer.
I'm wearing
lineup.
them right now. You want to see?
Okay, so this
Yeah.
was the killer one. The I should have just stopped at this one.
Oh, yeah.
This is a very expensive record.
Hmm.
So I'm probably going to put this in the auction because I have it already.
It's not that
But
expensive.
it looks to be in killer shape except for that there.
I like how you're covering up the label. Is that what you're gonna do in the auction? Put your finger there when you pull it out.
No, I'm going to clean it. I'm going to clean it and play grade it.
I like that we're all assholes tonight, not just me.
No, just you, Mazzy. Okay,
I
So,
had, I
Doctor-
hadn't said anything.
Doctor,
You
do you
know.
have a martini? You said you're making a martini.
me.
No.
Okay, so I went to a thrift store.
Got
and found-
got an old
I found
fashioned.
really good
Ooh,
stuff at the
cool.
thrift store.
no, no
Oh,
one.
shit.
So I found this at the thrift store.
Okay.
Ooh. Oh,
Buy
nice.
a Big Pink.
What the hell
Oh,
is it? Oh.
It's clean as hell. I mean, it's in beautiful shape.
so is that from back in the day, or is that a newer
This
one?
is, a nine-
It's an older one.
this is the 1982 version.
How can you tell so quickly?
Just the way the cover looks.
Well, plus, plus the reissue that they did 2012. I don't think they've redone that. That goes for
Hmm.
You know,
But,
I have the one that the double 45 that they did that was cut by I think Chris Bellman.
mhm.
It's on color vinyl. I listened to it like once or twice because I found it at a thrift store sealed, and it didn't impress me that much.
That's a good one. I like
Yeah.
That is a great one.
Sounds
Yeah.
really good.
Is that Robert Ludwig?
I haven't checked. I think it might not be, but let me. I mean, I just looked at it. The vinyl looks never played. I know some of these. He's only on one side of these. I have this. I do not know. Yeah, it's Robert Ludwig. It's very faint. I have this, so this will probably be an option. But this was done horribly. 2 records in the giant sleeve, you know. But this is like other than is FM? FM's not on this. Okay. All right. Mazzy. An OG copy of this.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
That's Riverside.
Yes. I know Vinyl Me Please did this last year, right?
Yeah, skip that one.
Yeah.
But this is very clean. So, and then the soundtrack. This
Whoa.
actually, I was surprised how much this goes for.
Oh,
How
cool.
much does it go for? What does it go for?
I saw 60 or more.
Okay.
Mm. How do you $5 for it right now?
No,
Hmm.
but it's on the Stigwood.
I got those. Did anyone get those a couple years ago? Like Sony Japan put out each of the individual movie soundtracks on vinyl.
Yep.
Those are good. They're digital, but they're good.
Yeah.
So here's another one I picked up.
They were kind of expensive. They were a little pricey from what I remember, though.
I mean, all new records from Japan are pricey.
Yeah.
Dr. Robert, do you know this one?
It's Roger
Is that
Waters.
Matrix?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Roger Waters.
I have a copy of it.
The hell is it?
Roger
Oh,
Waters.
Roger Waters, right there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one of my favorite artists.
Yeah, this is
Mine too.
and this is like very minty.
You got these at a thrift store?
Hey man, I'm magic. Today I was magic. Okay,
He got them free. He got them free.
those were thrift store.
How many record stores did you go to today?
Just actually two in a thrift store.
Wow.
The record store had a bunch of free records, so that's what's majority. So this, I got a record safari. He handed me this saying, "Do you want this?" He knows I like jazz. This is a 45 from the 50s of Mingus.
Oh, that's cool.
His record label, Debut Records.
Debut.
Yeah.
So here's who he's playing on here with.
So that's very cool. They're notorious for the labels falling off the records.
Well, here this one's very solidly on there.
It's because they're pressed on polystyrene.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Very cool.
Yeah. He gave me a good price on this, so happy. I'm not a big 45 guy, but this cover is
the cover's great.
Yeah,
Very
that's
cool.
great. I would just put that on the wall, honestly.
Yeah.
Who knew he put out any singles? I don't know.
okay. And I also picked this.
You
I've
just
seen
put
this
anything
record.
on the wall, Michael.
Does anyone have this? Because I've seen this record around this Jimmy Owens Kenny Barron record.
I like the cover.
Yeah, it's Benny Maupin's on here too.
That looks cool. You better listen to that one, obviously.
Yeah, no, I bought that for me. Okay, and then this one is a free jazz record that goes for some dough. I don't know this guy, Harry Miller. This is this label I do not know.
Hogan.
Yeah, Ogun. But this is free jazz, but it's just him solo bass. There he is.
Oh, cool.
Nicole probably knows about that.
Unfamiliar with that one.
Okay, so next, these are hauls from the flea market on Sunday. I found an OG stereo copy.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, Yeah.
Do you have the reissue, the acoustic sounds?
No, I'm probably going to sell this one and buy that.
Yeah.
It's really good, the acoustic sounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does.
So I'll probably.
I got really excited when they were doing some Nina Simone titles because like her catalog is what was before that was woefully under reissued.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
I'm gonna
Donald
show-
Please is doing one right now.
I mean, they had that box set, but that's not high quality.
I'm going to go back to showing some classical that I picked up for Michael, but before I go back to showing what I got at the flea market.
I was very confused because today he sent me some classical stuff, and I'm like, didn't you already buy that? He's like, no, they put it out again.
They put it again. Okay, so
That's a great record.
okay, so here's the funny thing about this record. Okay, so I did some investigating. This record originally came out on this label in 1975. Caveat. It came out just
Clavier.
It came out just as a regular record, but in the 90s, they went in with no fanfare whatsoever. They put it out as some sort of one-step limited edition, where they're saying only 1,000 were pressed from each whatever master, and it is not. This one is not entered in Discogs. I don't have the strength to put it in there. Price this at $8, but on like eBay, it goes for over $60-$70.
These were for sale at Acoustic Sounds up until COVID. Up until COVID, these Clavier reissues that RTI pressed, Acoustic Sounds was selling them new for like $40.
And this was pressed at RTI, but in the 90s, the original version was not done in this.
I think they got this. I think this was like something to do with Classic Records because I think that Chad got back stock of these when he bought the Classic Records stuff.
But their name's nowhere to appear on this.
Well,
Yeah. It might have been Mastering Lab. Maybe it was Mastering Lab.
I think I found the entry for it, Rob.
You sure?
It's on the on the back it has that same symbol.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has the sticker. It's just it's entered in sloppily,
It's not entered in correctly though.
but
This might not
it's
be-
pressed by RTI. Well, RTI was
Yeah.
It's just
that-
they have the wrong date. That's all.
No,
Okay.
but it was done in the 90s.
Yeah,
Got it.
yeah, it's a '90s one.
All right, so this is wrong. Okay.
Yes,
So
but
you
Doug-
should fix
Doug Sachs-
the-
Doug Sachs mastered it.
Right. Should I fix it?
Yeah,
What's
fix it.
the year?
What's the year? Yeah.
Well, it doesn't have a year. So
Oh,
people are just
okay.
saying 90s.
Well, why is this highlighted? All right. Well, whatever. Just leave it.
Yeah, don't mess with it. Okay.
Some news from Europe. Klavier in German is piano. So now you know.
Mm,
It's
I had
pronounced
no
like-
idea. My mind is blown.
yeah.
Okay, this was a good find. This is the mono version of this record. Do many people have any audio fidelity? I always thought
Yes.
of them as more of a cheapo aid label.
Didn't Steve Hoffman do a bunch of their stuff?
Well, on the insert is all this kind of weirdo stuff.
Yeah,
just-
it's kind of
Oh,
like-
the old audio fidelity. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I have the Louis reissue by Analog Productions.
Yeah.
but I don't know how
They did
they're.
that one. It's actually right here on the inner.
Yeah.
I've got some of their stuff. I somehow I think they were early to stereo pressing. I may be
Well,
wrong.
This particular record there's none for sale, the mono version. I actually have a stereo version of this without a cover, but it's not an easy to find record.
No,
and
I
it-
don't have one live.
Looks
Hmm?
cool.
This
Did you listen to that one finally?
I did listen to it. It's good. It's not
Yeah.
as impressive as I thought. This
That-
record,
that-
if there's one record I highly recommend everyone go out and get, it is this record.
What a cover.
This
Oh.
Ahmad Jamal is a live record. This Oil Can Harry's is a club in Vancouver. I don't know if
Terrible
it's still
cover.
around.
Oh,
It came out in 76. This is, I've never heard Ahmad Jamal play this hard, like in your face. And it's a great lineup. Calvin Keys is on here,
That's
and he's
That's
doing long songs.
what
It's
year is
really
this?
good. Get this record, everyone. It's good.
What year is that?
76.
Yeah.
It's on Catalyst.
it's post Argo. Yeah.
Oh, well, it went post Impulse.
Yeah.
It went around when he was on 20th Century Fox Records. Okay, this is another great record. This is killer. Everyone knows the High No
Oh yeah.
from the Mal Waldron records that everyone's been
Mhm.
getting.
Yeah.
This is a 1980 reissue. The original version of this goes for some dough, but I think Brandon had shown a live record with them and Joe Henderson. This is just a killer record. Killer.
Very cool.
Sounds great. He plays crazy good. All right. Next, I found a 70s white bee, but this is Joe. This is a RVG stereo in the dead wax. So this sounds great. It's like the original metalwork, I suppose, right?
Okay.
It's the stereo.
It's a great record.
Stereo right there. All right. I found a black bee, but this is Van Gelder in the dead wax. This is
Very
awesome.
nice.
Oh, I just listened to that like 2 days ago.
Yeah, this is still. I'm selling my other copy. This is in the shrink.
That's the copy I have.
Yeah,
And
I
we have-
have a white bee, but Van Gelder not in the dead wax, so I don't know how that works.
That's the same session as A Night in Tunisia. It's like the leftover track, so they put it out like a few years later.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean this isn't as in your face as that, but this is really good.
So did he spend like a whole weekend in Tunisia to do it?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get you a one-way ticket to Tunisia.
Hey Joe. Hey Michael. I was just looking up these clavier ones with Doug Sachs in the entries, and they have this one. Can I just show this real quick? Hold on.
Please.
They have.
Oh
this
yeah,
one.
I have that.
Isn't that
Yeah, let
really
me-
a hard one to get? Like
None
if
of
you
the Acoustic Sounds was selling a lot of these new like 4 or 5 yeyears ago. I think I'm pretty sure I have that. Give me one sec.
I think I might try to pick up a couple of these. They're pretty
They're good.
inexpensive.
They're really good.
Are those part of that one-step
Yeah.
process they
Yes.
do?
I think so.
CJ,
Yeah.
The white bees are the early 70s. The black bees are the later 70s.
No, they're 75 to 79 was, or 76 to 79 was white bee.
Oh, the black bees were early 70s.
Black bee started in 73.
Right.
The early pressings had, it's at a division of United Artists Records, and then it became like United Artists Music and Record Group. And those were like 75 pressings. There's usually no difference between those other than potentially just the metal work was just older by the time it got to those later ones. But yeah, I mean, black bees, white bees, those before COVID, those used to sell for $30, sometimes less than that. And for some of those titles, you're lucky to spend less than $75.
Well, I didn't spend that much at all.
Well, those aren't that desirable, right?
No.
So
No.
Oh, damn.
I think that one you showed, Mike, is in my unsorted, so I'm not going to try to dig through that now. But I also have this one, the Massenet ballet music listed. This is really, really good.
Maybe we could go over a couple of these on Thursday.
Yeah, classical bums. I was talking with Greg, and we were talking about, because of the Hi-Fits, doing maybe like some violin picks, some violin records.
Okay, sounds good. Do you think Mark is going to be able to make it?
I'm not sure. Do you have his number?
I only have his email. I could send him a link.
I'll text him.
Okay. I have
a question real quick, for Michael. Is that all your records in your apartment?
Behind me, this is the Rock Pop.
But I mean, you got all your stuff in your place now?
Yeah.
Like your collection? Oh, nice.
I mean, some of it's still at my family's house. I've been sorting through it though, and kind of bringing the better stuff over here.
Has your mom moved?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Where does your mom live then?
About an hour away.
It's weird, Mazzy.
In Colorado?
Yeah.
Just send the address to Mazzy. He's lonely.
Yeah.
Hey,
yeah, I don't think that.
No, don't do that.
Okay. So a while ago, I had picked up a Prestige of a Don Freeman record, and he kicks ass. I think Chris has one of his. But the one I have is Don Freeman with Attila Zoller, who is the other Hungarian jazz guitar player, like Gabar Sazbo.
Yeah.
But this is kind of free jazz avant-garde, and it is excellent. If you want, go find this album. I don't think it's totally expensive, but this kicks ass. This is so good.
Cool
record.
All right. Next is, I was going to get rid of this, but I'm keeping this one. This twofer is a Van Gelder remaster, but it has those Prestige with I guess they're the Andy Warhol covers. They're like 3 Monk Andy Warhol cover records.
Are they really?
Yeah, with Sonny Rollins.
I just ordered ordered that Impex Monk record, Straight No Chaser, the other day.
Oh,
yeah,
nice.
I have that version. It's great.
And I also got the I got some classical stuff from them too, but I also I just placed a big elusive disc order. I also got the new Getz Gilberto.
But this sounds
nice.
This sounds excellent. It's a great way to get those 3 albums, the 3 older. They're from the 50s, but this is so good. And Van Gelder, he does a great job remastering this stuff.
Really, Van Gelder did a good job. Huh.
Suck it, man.
Well,
Okay,
it's surprising because you didn't record piano well.
all right. Does anyone know this record?
Yeah, no.
No.
Okay, you say that. This is a early mono Warner Brothers, but Eric Dolphy's on here. It's one of the earliest recordings of Eric Dolphy.
That's cool.
There's another. Sorry, jump in,
go.
Matthew. Or wherever it was. Anyway, so Dolphy played with Chico Hamilton. There's an outtakes on Pacific Jazz that was only put out on CD that I wish they would press the vinyl.
Well, this is with strings. It's very subdued, but Dolphy's on every song. He's either playing the sax or the flute. It's really good.
I think it's Dolphy on the cover.
Actually,
I think he's in the bottom right. Sorry.
No, that's
Yeah.
God, that looks like Team America. Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
So if you, I don't know if this is a horribly expensive record. I don't think it is, but go get it because it's got
Yeah, but what about the strings?
This stuff is not that expensive. And you know, before we leave Chico Hamilton, I just, you know, he deserves, like, right behind Miles. He found a lot of talent and brought a lot of talent forward.
No,
I think he deserves more credit for that.
His Impulse records are some of my favorites.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah.
But he was the true before, around the time of the Modern Jazz Quartet. He was doing a similar thing with his group. He was doing avant-garde kind of classical jazz hybrid.
Right. Third string.
All right, I know Joe likes this record because I sold it to him.
Is that Rage Against the Machine?
It basically is. Hold on, let me. No, I'm not even joking, Mezzy. You think you're being funny, but it's not. This is like a jazz heavy metal record.
Did you say? Are you getting rid of that? Are you going to keep that?
Yeah, I already got rid of it once. I'm keeping.
Last Exit. They took the title of a traffic.
Oh, that's Bill. Isn't that Bill Laswell?
Rock. Bill Laswell.
Peter Brodsman.
Lower East Side. The whole.
This base. It is. It's heavy metal.
Palominos and
heavy metal free jazz, basically.
Yeah. If you find another copy of that, Rob, I would want.
Well, I found it twice, so never know. Okay, and this was probably the best record out of all these records. This Jack Wilson, Something Personal.
Nice.
Liberty pressing.
This is a mono OG pressing.
Nice.
This is better. This is better than the Tone Poet that came out. That Tone Poet's really good. They're two different albums, but this is a much better album, I think. My favorite too.
What Blue Note label is that?
This is it came out as a Liberty.
Liberty. What?
Liberty Bibbity.
I love.
You're breaking my heart. Tell me you got that for free. You got that for free or from a thrift store?
No, I paid under what it goes for. But
yeah, you got a good deal.
But does anyone?
If Rob bought it, he paid under what it goes for.
Yeah.
If he didn't, he says he did.
Unlike on Discogs, I paid on.
This is like Rob's one-man show stand-up. I love it.
Well, I mean, that looks like some beautiful.
Yeah, I brought some jazz records to show.
Does anyone know who this is off the top of their head?
Yeah, it's Chuck Williams, man. Come on.
No, it's Buster Williams. That's his real name.
Rob, can you let our men in uniform, show something and take?
Listen, Mazzy, when you do your stream, you do you. But this was the last record, so go ahead, Michael.
Oh, okay. I know it's a jazz stream, so I brought some jazz because I've been like kind of going through my my Music Matters collection and just some other records that I just haven't touched in a while that are like kind of like jazz records I bought, maybe 8 years ago or so. I listened to this the other day. Does anyone have this?
No.
The Three Sounds Blue Hour.
I actually saw an OG copy of that.
Yeah,
I got that. It's good. I don't have the Music Matters, but
yeah,
that's a pricey boy now.
Is it? Yeah, a lot of these I'm scared to look at Discogs because it'll make me want to sell them, and I don't want to sell them. Well, this one we know about this one.
Oh yeah,
I have that.
I'm not. This is my favorite Blue Note. I can't sell this.
don't sell it.
I am so superficial. I love that record, but I really bought it, even though I knew it was coming out as a classic. I bought it because that's one of my favorite covers, and I didn't want the classic cover. I wanted that, and I love that record.
Oh, I bought it for the cover, and then I listened to it, and I fell in love with Bobby Hutcherson. Yeah, I think of all the Blue Note recordings, like the way Rudy Van Gelder recorded Vibes is just awesome. Yeah,
I love
it. And
it's
a really, there's some of the best, like the Bobby Hutcherson records are some of the best sounding jazz records in my collection. Another really good sounding one, this is a new one, is this Cannonball Adderley record.
Oh, that is good. Is that a new OJC?
Yeah, it's the new OJC. This sounds fantastic. Has anyone listened to this yet?
No, I have that in the double 45 in the, that's in the Bill Evans box.
Yep.
So wait, so this is in the like the big Analog Productions box.
It's in the pissed off guy who was pissed off because people were complaining about warps. But I love that box. It's a good box.
I don't know. Now that OJC's, I don't feel bad about not having that box now that OJC's putting out all these.
Yeah. I feel bad about having the box.
One box that I got when it was still really, really cheap is this guy.
Oh, what is that?
That's AP.
AP Monk Riverside Sessions.
How many rounds is that?
Yeah, this is I
Is that a cocktail on the cover?
How many discs is in there?
This is like all the Mono Monk albums, basically. So let's see. It's got this booklet in it. I think I got this for less than $200. I'm pretty sure. Now it's
seen that record.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's got Brilliant Corners in it. This is old. This is like 90s analog productions that Chad has repressed at various points. Yeah.
Very cool.
Brilliant Corners, Monk's music.
Yeah.
Is that a stereo or mono version?
These are all mono.
No.
No, a few of them are stereo. Sorry, a couple of them are stereo. This is the Monk with Coltrane. This is mono, and then we have the stereo Thelonious in Action.
Oh, that's a cool one. That has, I think, Joe Gordon.
It has Griffin, Jimmy Griffin,
Johnny Griffin.
Stereo Mysterioso.
Okay. That's a great one.
I just picked up
That's
the
a
OGC.
live one.
You know, honestly, I think the only couple I've listened to from this box set are the Monk with Coltrane and Brilliant Corners. I need to listen to more of these. 5x5 is in here.
Oh,
cool.
And then Quartet at the Blackhawk. I think that you can still buy this.
That's the one.
I think this is still for sale. This is like a very under the radar box set.
Wait, it's still for sale on Analog Productions?
Maybe. I know it's not expensive on Discogs right now. I mean it's like $400, but it's $400 for how many records? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 records.
Yeah. Well, that's a lot.
Nice collection.
$80 a record.
7 records. Sorry, 7 records.
Wow.
Those are some cool records. He's one of the performers. You know, he's one of those, and it's rare because you can tell voices. You can hear somebody's singing voice and say, "Oh, that's whoever." But there are
Monk always sounds like Monk.
Very few instrumentalists, and Monk is one that you hear him play, and you're like, "Oh, that's Thelonious."
Well, I'll tell you, Doctor, I just picked up the OJC of the Mysteriosas. That's live. You can actually hear the people on the OJC in the crowd having a conversation on that record. It's a great record.
Did you guys?
How come you call him doctor and not me?
Because he's a medical doctor.
Yeah, because you can't ask us to cough, grab our.
What is this shit about like smart people who get a doctorate be called a doctor? Doctor should be medicine, I think.
Well, no, hold on, Michael. Do you have a PhD or is it a specialized in music?
It's a doctorate. It's not a PhD.
Yeah, you can get a PhD is a doctorate, and you can get a you can get a legal doctorate. So you can be a doctor of
So like PhDs, from my understanding, PhDs you can only get in a philosophy. So like the only PhD you can get in music is in music theory. And like it's weird what is a PhD and what is a doctorate, because I know for like a lot of medical fields it's a PhD, but I know if audiology is a medical field and that's a doctorate, not a PhD. I don't know. I don't make the rules.
Well, PhD is Doctor of Philosophy.
Yeah, but it has to be in a philosophy. It can't be in an applied anything. Does that make sense?
There's also PsyDs as well, which I guess they're.
Yeah.
I don't really know what the difference between.
So how do we justify Dr. Hook and Dr. John?
Because they're just cool people.
At this point in their career, they'll take money to have you off, Mazzy.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know where Dr. John. I mean, he's one of my favorites. I don't know where he came up with his name. Can I read something?
He's a doctor in New Orleans.
He's a doctor. He's definitely a doctor.
I mean, is that like the Kentucky Colonels?
There we go.
They're not all colonels, right? All right. Can I read something? Because we were talking about audio fidelity records.
Yes.
And I'm reading this because I often get things wrong. And in this case, I actually was right. So I'm self-aggrandizing here. So Audio Fidelity Records was a record company based in New York City. This is Wikipedia. Most active during the 50s and 60s. They are best known for having produced the first mass-produced American stereophonic long-playing record in November 1957.
Very cool.
Audio Fidelity. And this guy, Emery Cook, does everybody know about him? Does anybody know his history? Emery Cook. Cook Records, he founded Cook Records. He worked for Atlantic, and he brought out this, they called it binaural pressings. And these were pressings that you had to have a turntable with 2 tone arms that would play 2 separate mono tracks and combine them into a stereo sound. That came out in 1953. And it was so expensive to get that set up that nobody bought the records, and Atlantic Records fired him. And he started his own
Sounds
label.
legit.
Yeah. And so Cook Records is another very early, stereo pressings, and they had a pressing plant, I think, in either Connecticut or New Hampshire, and one in Trinidad and Tobago. Emery Cook, he's now in the Smithsonian. I mean, his stuff is famous and it's been preserved.
There's this, if anyone, this is totally a different world, but if anyone's familiar with the sludge metal band Neuroses, however you want to say it, they have this record called Times of Grace that is meant to be is released alongside another album called Grace, and they were actually meant to be played simultaneously.
Interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, I think Flaming Lips did something like that too. Yeah, they've got something where if you play them all together, you get a different sound, and it's like several.
Well,
records.
that's like there's like we were talking earlier about some. Was it here the guy that says We Buy White albums? He played 100 copies of the White album, and he overlaps them and he records them, digitized it, and pressed some copy. I have a copy of it, and it's 100 copies of the White album. He starts them at the same time, and they get out of phase, and that's the record. It's kind of a cool.
So like
experiment.
very, very Steve Reich.
Exactly.
I used to have this ringtone on my phone. It was like Steve Reich is calling, and it would be like that super cliche ringtone everyone had like 10 years ago, bum, bum, like the marimba, and it would slowly like desync it. One person laughed at that.
That was me.
Well,
Well, Stunty a couple of weeks ago made me buy an album by doing that on his live stream. He played one album from what was it called again? I bought it last week. I can't remember the name. And he played the record, the same records, and the second one was just 1 second behind, which gave it a kind of dubby echo effect, and it sounded amazing. So I immediately ordered it.
I don't know if Michael, I don't know how well you know the Kronos Quartet, but
yeah, I know Kronos.
But John and Hank, who were the original members, two of the original members, officially announced their retirement today. They have two new members, and so David Harrington, the leader, is the only remaining original member.
Wow.
So
Who are the new? I wonder who the new members are. I might.
I'll tell you. I don't. I'll show you. My friend Brooks sent me. I didn't know they announced the new members too, but Jazz Shit Brooks told me they are. Let me find them here.
Did Kronos Quartet do the soundtrack to Requiem for a Dream? Is that?
Yes, they did. They're out of San Francisco.
That movie I thought was really great when it first came out, and then
you can't watch it a second time.
It's not that good. It's kind of like a visceral shock value movie, but it doesn't. I don't think it's that good.
It's notable because you can see Jennifer Connelly's. Oh.
No, yeah.
Okay. Ayane Kozaka and Gabriela Diaz are the new members of Kronos. There's the
cool.
new Kronos.
Awesome. I don't know.
I went to see Requiem for a Dream back in the day, totally unprepared. A friend took me there, and I didn't know what to expect. So, speaking of shock value, I was pretty shocked. I hadn't seen the trailer or nothing. So,
there's two movies I love doing that to people. Is just like, hey, let's watch this movie. And it's Blue Velvet, and the Piano Teacher.
Okay.
Yeah, they're both.
Anyone's
good choice.
I saw Blue Velvet when it came out, actually, in theaters, and that was one of those movies. I mean, Pulp Fiction I saw in the theater too, and the couple we were with, the woman had to leave the theater. It was just so shocking. And
did she leave during the Bruce Willis scene?
I think she left after the guy gets his head blown off in the back seat. Yeah, I think it was after that because it was close to the end. But yeah, it was.
Dr. Robert, were you really that woman?
No. Well, thank you for thinking me in such gentle terms, but
it's
no.
It's old people. My grandparents went to see the movie Alien because they thought it was about a guy from another country, and they were surprised.
My mother-in-law went and saw Saw because she thought it was about a carpenter.
Hey, Rob, can I ask you something? I think I showed this record last week.
Only one question.
Only one. You say that every time I come on here. I just have one question every stream. It's
well. First of all, you can ask as many questions as you want because you changed your sweater.
Okay, thanks. I'm already in my pajamas actually, so yeah, I don't know. But I showed this last Friday on the Jazz Bones, but you weren't there yet, or you were already gone. I don't know. Do you know this one? It's a French composer, Michel Colombier, and a musician. And I bought this record a couple of years ago.
Very 80s cover, though.
Yeah, it's 1970, 77 or 79. But it has Jaco Pastorius, Leo Rittenau, Ray Parker Jr., Ayrton Moreira, Herbie Hancock, Steve Gadd, Larry Carlton, Michael Brecker, and Michael Boddicker on it.
So what style of jazz is it?
It's 77, 79, so it's jazz funk. It's kind of like a post Headhunters kind of stuff, but it's actually pretty good. And I pulled it out of my collection because I went to a store last week.
Yeah.
And they reissued it. I don't know why, because this is easily available. I don't know, maybe not in the US. Mm-hmm. And it was there was a hype sticker saying one of the least known projects of Jaco Pastorius. So I thought that's weird. I have that, and it's like reissued for 30 euros, and I bought it like a couple of years ago for 10 euros. So, but it's actually pretty good.
How does it sound?
It sounds.
You have the original. You don't have the.
This is an original, yeah. I bought it for like I said, like 10 euros. It sounds good. It's on Chrysalis, which was not a major label.
Yeah.
Yeah, from the UK or something.
I mean, that was like Chrysalis. Like that had all the Jethro Tull stuff, and it wasn't Blondie on Chrysalis for a while.
Chrysalis.
Yeah,
Chrysalis.
Yeah. I'm sorry. It's one of those things where you hear it and you just repeat it.
Yeah.
Can you say something else?
You're trying to be like you're from. That's what they say in Belgium. Chrysalis, right?
Chrysalis. This is how it's written. Okay, so how do you pronounce
Chrysalis with a side salad, please?
Chrysalis.
I think Michael Hammond right on that.
Hold on, Dr. Robert wants to be heard from.
There's no T in that.
Hold on.
I'm not Dr. Robert.
I'm just showing this record. I bought this a couple weeks back. There's Nellie Lutcher. Does anybody know her? She's kind of probably more blues than jazz, but blues, blues jazz, blues/jazz. And she had I think her biggest hit was Fine Brown Frame, which I've got on another record. This is a 10-inch on Epic, the old, really old Epic label.
Oh, that's a cool label.
Yeah. So fun little record. This doesn't have that song on it, but she's good. She was nice.
I feel like, so whenever I'm on a jazz street, we say, does anyone know this? If it's not Miles Davis, Charles Mingus, or a member of the Jazz Messengers, I'm probably not going to know it.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, I don't know half these guys you're talking about. I don't know that third record that Rob has leaning against his refrigerator.
We got a single-sided 45 coming up.
Mm-hmm. I pull this out every now and then when I want to gauge how my system's doing in a room, because this is probably one of the best sounding albums I know, and it's the single-sided 45 classic records of Burt Bacharach, Casino Royale. And I got this for like $80 a couple years ago when Acoustic Sounds was having a big sale, and they didn't limit the discount on this. Now this is going for crazy money, but
they all are. Every one of those box sets are really.
That has the Herb Alpert song on it, right?
Yeah. And here's the thing.
My favorite song.
75% of this album is schlop, but man, The Look of Love is such a great song.
Okay, here's a little trivia. Who plays Jimmy Bond? James Bond's nephew.
Woody
Allen.
Woody Allen, yeah.
Hey, Joe, what's going on, Joe? What do you have to say, Joe?
Not much. I'm just soaking it all in. Went to there at my high school that I teach at. There was a seniors versus staff basketball game, and I went, and I am in such bad shape that I was in for 3 minutes and I was gassed. So
Who won?
Oh, it was the seniors one. It was like
Of
50
course.
by 35.
Yeah,
So,
but here's the funny thing: you're 28 years old.
yeah, well, 29. I'm almost 30, but yeah.
Okay, he's 29.
Oh man.
Yeah, but I got a few things to show. I did make a video yesterday, but I didn't include one of them because but I'll show that one.
Just real quick, I sent Joe an album. I don't want him to talk about it. Did you like that album?
Yeah, it was great. I really appreciate that, Rob.
I thought you would. I mean, I really do think you would like that album.
Yeah, it was. I was very pleasantly surprised that was what it was. I didn't know what to expect because I know you had shown a lot of stuff right before you had sent me it, so I didn't know if there was something that you had listened to that you thought I would like.
No, that album kicks ass.
What's the album? Why are we talking so vaguely?
All right, show the album. Show the album.
I have to find it.
Well, it's this album Ken talked about, this drummer album. I found a couple copies of it, and I sent one to Joe as a gift.
It's building tension, Mike. It's keeping us interested. A lot of talk about the album and then showing it.
This is the record Trans Sax Drum. It's a duo of Alex Foster on saxophone and John Lewis on the drums. I was familiar with wrong direction. John Lewis on the drums because he was on the Strata East session, Cosmic Twins. I don't have that album, but I was familiar with that one. This sounds great. So I listened to this one last week. So appreciate that again, Rob.
No problem.
Did you ever hear back, Rob, from that? I know you tried to buy the reissue of that. Did you ever?
No, just I got that one. Okay. I got 2 copies of that one.
Okay.
That's a different John Lewis than the Modern Jazz Quartet John Lewis.
No.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, Joe likes the free jazz, and that's, although it's not crazy, it is free jazz.
Yeah, no, it's like I when I listened to it, it sounded, especially the saxophone playing, was similar to like Billy Harper's late 70s stuff, like kind of modal post bop, but it does have some free. Ken described it as being this like outrageous free jazz record, which I think, I don't know, that for me, when I went back to watch his video because I wanted to hear his opinion on it, and he blew that way out of the water for what that was. So, but I did find some stuff. There was a record fair not far from me this past weekend, and I found two records. This was one I've been looking for a while. This is Noah Howard's Space Dimension on the America. Oops, wrong direction again. The America label, which is a kind of free jazz leaning label out of France. So Noah Howard's a great European guy. He played in the 60s on ESP disc. He has a few sessions. I think he had 2 or 3 sessions, and then he was a sideman on a few. And then in the 70s, he kind of went solo and had this record. He has one. It's a private press on his label that was called Alt Sax. The name of the record is Patterns. I got that a few months ago, but this was a big find. And the prices were really good. It was after.
Can you show the label on that?
Sure. Yeah, I'll pull it out. But yeah, the record is the sleeve is pretty trash, so I have to fix that. But this is the label on it. It's just
yeah, I've got some of this.
Yep. So there's a few like Anthony Braxton albums in the early 70s, early to mid 70s on the label. Most of them are a little bit more challenging to find in the US, but a lot of them are not super expensive. This one, I don't remember off the top of my head how much it was, how much it goes for on Discogs, but this was a good price.
I have a few of America record titles.
Yeah.
Is Nazi making Hot Pockets, by the way?
Is that free? Is America mostly a free jazz label?
I think it's mostly, yeah. The few records that I have on the there's a Anthony Braxton solo one from like 72 or 73. And there's a few that I've seen.
I have an RT Shep with Philly Joe Jones one.
Okay.
Yeah. I have a Roswell Rudd.
I think they're more leaning towards the free jazz. I think it just depends on the musicians as to how free it gets. This one also has.
Before you leave it, how are you gonna repair the seams? You were showing those seams.
Well, I've always used just like tacky glue, like kind of like, I don't know what you'd call it, like art glue. I don't really know, but it's
how does it smell, Joe?
it smells like Elmer's glue, so nothing.
Okay.
Not a glue stick. Not a glue stick.
You guys ever watch that
Rob,
that
get to
depressing
it.
Philip Seymour Hoffman movie
Wait,
where he gets addicted to sniffing glue?
yeah, keep this in the
Story,
wait.
the story of my life.
No, put Joe back up. Put Joe back up full screen. Put Joe back up full screen, please.
Don't tell
I'm
me what to
requesting
do.
this. Can somebody
Do
put
it
Joe?
now.
Joe, can someone put Joe up? Okay. Rob, see how lovely that is behind him? You could do that too.
Okay, let me tell you the difference. He
Didn't
has a
he
wife.
used to do that?
He has a wife, Mazzy.
He has a wife? What does that have to do with putting artwork up?
Joe, tell Mazzy what that means.
I'm single. I have shit up.
You're your own wife, Mazzy.
This is not my
but
beautiful wife.
I got a few years ago the one store that I go to at Rochester. He always repaired the seams with just kind of basic like tacky glue and
Like a little
I
brush,
found
little brush, or what do you apply?
yeah, I just use like Q-tips and you just put a little bit on there. And some of them, like this one, is so like both the top and the bottom seams are gone. I'm just gonna probably put a thin strip of glue towards the top of it, and then I have just like those like binder clips, and I just clip them together and I let it sit overnight, and it's good as new. So
When I have like records that are like really bad seam splits, like I have some really old like 50 stuff that has like the structural seam splits that you don't want to put a record in, I just put the record in the plastic sleeve and don't touch the jacket.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I'll take the glue and seal it so you really can't put the record back in.
No,
but
you don't.
Hold on. Here's what's funny. What's your subject you teach, Joe?
I teach chemistry.
Okay. Dr. Robert, do you sew people back up? Do you like give them stitches?
Well, I used to, yeah.
Well, how come you need to ask someone how they repair the seam on the
I
record?
don't know, because I do a lot. If you go on my channel, Rob, you'll find a video dedicated to this topic. So it's a subject of interest for me, and I think for a lot of
surgeon, he's like a jackhammer guy. He fixes things. And
Dr. Robert, how much would you pay to have Mazzy's mouth sewn shut?
God, you asshole!
No,
I think we could all.
All right, hold on. I'm breaking up this glue conversation.
The vinyl community centipede.
This is the one.
No.
Yeah.
I got this.
You go.
I was listening to Stunty's stream, and he was playing this, and I picked it up. And it has John Takai on it on alto, Finn Von Iben on bass, and then Louis Maholo on drums, and then Roswell Rowan trombone, of course. But I remember I gotta revisit this. I'm gonna listen to this tonight. There's like America that's pressed in France, and then it's the same French label, but I think they may have had some pressed in the United States.
Yeah, there's the one that I have. There's like a French one and a US one, and I don't know.
Is there a way to tell? Is it notable?
I don't know if there's something on either the labels or on the back of the jacket that says something about.
Right. Well, this one says made in France. I'm gonna give it a listen. I actually remember that this didn't really have great top end, but it's also trombone, so who knows?
You should get like 3 Heirs to Freedom Roswell Rub records that are good.
And then there's the back. That looks like yours, Joe, with this thing at the top.
Joe, I just have to ask you, how many times a week do you have to explain the difference between ethyl mercury and methyl mercury?
Not usually.
Really? Oh.
Joe, have you ever had to use the shower in the classroom?
I have, yeah.
Really?
Chris, who are you grouping yourself together? Our videos.
I
just don't watch your videos.
I used it on a student 3 years ago. So
really?
Wow. Did they just not shower for?
They took it. They took it like a man. So
nice.
Yep.
Were they a man?
But it was a girl. So
do you do the thing that makes it smell like farts?
This one also has this one, just to kind of end with it, has Frank Wright on tenor sax, who is also another big free jazz guy, mostly I think in Europe, but he has a great session that is a tribute to John Coltrane. It's called, I think, One for John. It's on the BYG Actuel label out of France as well. Bobby Few, who I've seen that name before on piano, and then it actually has Art Taylor plays the drums on a few tracks. So somehow he got, I don't know, mixed into that one. But
it was a paid gig.
This other one I found at the fair. This is another one. This is Andrew Surreal. It's called Junction. It's on the IPS label. It's out of New York. There's another free jazz one. This is one that Dave, VC ambassador / local bandography, had shown at some point, whether it was just he sent it to me or he had it in a video. I'm not really sure, but this one has Ted Daniel, who's a great free jazz trumpet player. He only had a few sessions, and then it has David S. Ware is on the tenor sax. His stuff is really tough to find, like any of the stuff, and even he has records that are on more common labels, and they're extremely expensive. So this is another free jazz one. Andrew Surreal, the great percussionist.
What
so
label is that one? What label is that one, Jeff?
It's called IPS. This is the kind of emblem for it. So it's called.
Rob only understands IBS. That's his problem. So.
Can you go watch Chris Record Talks videos for us, Mazzy Writer Report?
And then this last one, kind of falls outside of my usual listening, but this is something that I've been kind of looking to pick up, and I've just haven't really had the desire to pick it up. I've kind of just put it off to the side. But if I said if I ever found it, I would buy it. I'm not really too worried about the pressing of it. It was more of just kind of finding the music, and that's Blonde, Frank Ocean. I don't know. If
cool.
I'm assuming everybody.
You know,
knows
I need to get a copy of that.
Yeah. So this is some like 2020 pressing. The record is so bootleg that actually on Discogs there's an entire like label that has been created called Not On Label that is like devoted to producing like bootlegs of this record. So
because this isn't is this in print right now or no?
It is, yeah. Well, it is. If you go to the website, I think it's like blonded.co or something like that is the site. I bet if you just searched Blonde Frank Ocean, that the website would come up. It does say it was like, I don't know if it was 3 to 5 weeks or 4 to 6 weeks for fulfillment or something like that. So if you're patient and you really want it, I think you can get the repress from 2022, I think it was. There's also a lot of copies on Discogs, but they're starting at about $75 or so. So again, depending on how much you really want it.
And it's probably not like an amazing, like, do you know who cut that or anything? Because it's probably just better to stream.
GZ is the one that pressed it. Yeah, I know. So I've heard, and that I kind of went back and forth because after buying this at the fair, I was like, oh, well, maybe if I really like it, I'll maybe look to see if I can find the repress of it. And I listened to it a little bit of it. I'm like, okay, I'm probably good with what I have. And then when I looked on Discogs, some of the reviews for the repress were like, oh, it's got pops and clicks, and it's
but that's whenever I hear someone complaining about surface noise on a Discogs review, it just tells me that they're not a record collector.
Yeah,
because it's just like, okay, you just clean your records, like
right. Well, I think you're right. Yeah, that you definitely have to read between the lines with that stuff. So it's. Yeah. But it was, so I'm excited. I haven't listened to the whole thing, but the one that I got actually, again, I think if I remember correctly, there's like 85 versions on Discogs. So
it's crazy.
The odd future stuff has always been really interesting to me, and I don't follow a lot of that music, like because I'm not a really big hip hop fan, but like even I bought like a couple of years ago when Igor came out, Tyler the Creator. Do you have that album, Joe?
No, I don't, but I know what you mean. Yeah.
I mean, it's not like an audiophile album, but like it's a brilliant album musically. Oh. And then I guess it's kind of more closer to like R&B and soul than it is to hip hop, but
right. Yeah. So this one is on like this kind of reddish vinyl, and the other one splatter gray. I could only find one pressing that had like multi-colors, because a lot of them, it was like they were both colored, but they were both the same color. Some of them have this like Marilyn Monroe label to them, and other ones have what the original labels were, which is like a picture of like him on at least one or two of the sides. So I don't know. I'm excited for this. Again, for me, this is good enough. So yeah.
Joe, did you ever do
a German bootleg of Channel Orange, and it sounds great. It sounds because I think Channel Orange never came out on vinyl. I think
I don't think.
I think everything Odd Future's been involved with has just been interesting. Even if it's not music up my alley, I just think that whole collective in the early 2010s was just incredibly interesting. Especially, I remember going to see. Does anyone here know Trash Talk?
No.
So Trash Talk were like Odd Future was this like collective of artists kind of centered around Tyler the Creator, but like within Odd Future there was a hardcore band called Trash Talk from Southern California. And like I remember going to see shows in Manhattan when I was in the early 2010s, and Trash Talk was like one of the most interesting hardcore bands I ever saw.
Do you know the Internet? They are also from the Odd Future camp. I love the Internet. I saw them live a couple of times. This is a great hip hop soul album.
He's taking a bath.
But what I wanted to say was I saw someone on the Jazz Bums Discord talk about the Marcus Belgrave album, Gemini.
Oh yeah,
And he
that was
really,
Val.
it was really hard to find. And then I posted this. This is a reissue from 2004, I think, and it's on. You guys know Soul Jazz Records from London, the label. Well, they had a sub-label for a while, which did amazing compilations and reissues, and this was one of them. This was the 24th Universal Sound. Where is it? 24? Yeah. So this was. I think it's not available anymore because they don't have the license anymore to release the albums from Tribe Records. But this was easily available in the early 2000s in Europe. So. And this is
how's that one sound? Pretty good.
Mark, it sounds good. All their reissues sounded good. They had they started with a compilation of Strata East and a compilation of Tribe Records, and then they released some albums and some really sought after jazz albums from. I might show some of them on Friday's show on the Jazz Bums.
Yeah.
So this is the same record this is the original cover of it, and P-Vine reissued it last year. So I grabbed a copy. This is what I recommended to Valley, who was asking about that record. On the back, it does say it's basically a needle drop because the tapes are no longer available or weren't available to them. I played it today just to give a sample so I could kind of recommend if he should get it or not. And, it's a needle drop, but it sounds okay. And the original is probably going to cost you $900. So, or the one that you have, I guess that's also an option too. But yeah, I have the P-Vine needle drops of some of the Strata East, Clifford Jordan Glass Bead games, and the other Clifford Jordan one. I don't know. I think they sound okay. They're not like 10 out of 10s, but like those are like $500 records. So I feel like they're fine for placeholders, and you can still enjoy them. They don't sound like trash. They're interesting though. Like it plays quiet, but then there's like some pops. And it says on the back that if you hear like those pops, like that's actually just the sample that they use. So I guess they didn't really clean it up in the digital realm if it's still on there. So I don't know if it's just like a straight needle drop to.
You left your keys in your car.
But anyway, it's a cool one. And this is the Tribe record. And frankly, I don't know how I don't have an original because basically all original Tribes are super expensive. But I don't know how good the original sound in the first place. So. Obviously this is derivative of a pressing, so this is not probably going to sound better, but it's I don't know if you hold out for the $900 copy if it's going to get you.
But actually, Mike, because Not Again did all the Tribe reissues for that box set, and then they individually Bernie Grumman reissued.
This wasn't in that box though.
It wasn't in the box, no.
But I have about 3 of them that Bernie did, and those sound great.
Okay.
Yeah, and the fact that on that Gemini record, there's of course Space Odyssey, the track from Marcus Belgrave, and it made me think of this one, the Detroit Experiment.
I don't know that.
Let's see. Hang on.
This is like Questlove from the Roots, the drummer. He did the Philadelphia Experiment. I don't remember which.
So does that have "It's So Cold in the D" on it?
It's so cold in the deep.
No. Oh, that was the American. I'm from Belgium. I don't get it. Most American don't get. So sorry. But
talk to the peanut gallery for a moment. Cesar, don't ever walk back your diss. If you want to diss someone or joke,
You gotta
let it happen.
You
Don't
gotta
walk it
stick.
back.
You gotta stick the landing.
Yeah.
Mark, did you get the P Vine reissue? Is that what you?
Or that early 2000s
Yeah.
reissue.
Which one did you get?
So
Hang
Mike,
on,
Jack-
CJ. Hang on, CJ was asking if that's available on CD, and yes, Dusty Groove has it on CD right now.
are you done, Frederick?
So this, I just want to say that this has Gary Allen on piano. This has Regina Carter on violin. It features Benny Maupin. It features Amp Fiddler. It
Holy
features
Which record are you
everyone.
talking about?
So this like Questlove did the Philadelphia Experiment,
Oh.
and this is Carl Craig, the Detroit electronic producer, who did the Detroit Experiment with Marcus Belgrave and all those great artists.
Pretty
I
awesome.
really like this one.
Very
This is-
cool.
this is- and it features a cover from Space Odyssey, a cover from Think Twice, some original material. Do High from Stevie Wonder is on here.
Oh, cool.
Probably some other. Yeah, this is good. I like this album, but this goes for quite some money. This isn't a.
Yeah, there's only one copy in the United States for $100.
Yeah, this was on Carl Craig's Planet E label. So yeah, but this is good. But the Questlove Philadelphia Experiment is also I wanted to buy that secondhand, but it's way too expensive. But let me check with I don't know the musicians that were on there. Yeah.
Dr. Robert wants to show some white guys.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Hanging off a yacht.
Sorry,
Hanging off
Doc.
a yacht.
Yeah. Is that the ORG? I think I have that.
This is not the Yacht Rock. Yeah, this is an original pressing of this record. Chet Baker and Crew, Pacific Jazz. That's the mono black original Pacific Jazz. I found a couple of his recently. This one is not original. This is a repress.
Yeah, that's the one I found a couple weeks ago. It's a little noisy.
I haven't played this yet, but I saw the documentary about his career and life. I don't know, 30 years ago now. It's called Let's Get Lost.
Yeah,
That's what
God,
Yeah.
that made me
That's
not
Bruce-
be able to
the
listen
Bruce
to Chet
Weber
Baker.
film.
Bruce
That's-
Weber.
Dr. Robert, that is Chet Baker Sings, but that version, that's where the Tone Poet blows that away big time.
It may well, and that's become this thing, right? I mean, for me, always it was about finding the original pressings, but now I accept that some of the remasterings and repressings actually improve on the sound quality. But Chet Baker is such an interesting guy, heroin addict, fell out of his career for a while. He got
Fell out of a window.
Yeah, he also fell out of a window.
He fell into jail a lot of times too.
Well, he was-
Let's call it like it is, man.
Well, I haven't seen that documentary, but I did. Anyone watch that biopic? Was it? Is that Born to Be Blue
with Ethan Hawke?
Yeah, that was interesting. I mean, it was it sanitized him a lot, probably, but
Let's Get Lost.
Let's Get Lost. It's Bruce
I
Weber.
cannot-
the
After watching
photographer.
that, he is such a piece of shit that I couldn't.
is he worse than Art Pepper?
No.
Chris
Probably
Isaac-
not. But
Chris
I really,
Isaac is
I
in
like
the
had
movie.
no interest in listening to Chet Baker once after seeing that.
I love
It
that.
like
movie.
really had that impact on me.
Yeah, I mean, I think we.
Which is,
I mean, we don't understand just how the world used to be. The world used to be a much rougher place. It's interesting looking at history because it's just like everyone is like us, but slightly different. The world is a little more cruel.
Yeah, it was
Let's
just
get
his
back to that.
drug addiction made him such a, just do such bad shit. That's really what it was.
Hey,
I have a question.
Oh, go ahead, Mazzy.
A question. Did you ever do the bait and switch? This is like totally off topic, but my chemistry teacher did the thing about he showed a beaker of urine, and he talked about 20 minutes about this urine and how you in a beaker, and then he drinks it. Of course, it's apple juice, but that's the shtick. Like for 20, you ever do that thing, chemistry class? Okay.
No, but I do remember someone gave a presentation in.
I remember that from high school. So
Yeah.
One of my classes on it was like designed to has anyone heard that like the dihydrogen monoxide meme
Hey,
no.
but
where it's like dihydrogen monoxide, someone will give this presentation where it's like dihydrogen monoxide, did you know? And it's like they'll talk about this like it's this obscure chemical, and it's like, oh, well, you know, if you like ingest a certain amount, it can kill you, blah blah blah, like all this like designed to like be a scare piece. But you realize dihydrogen monoxide is H2O, it's water.
Yeah.
There you go.
Great.
There.
But it's designed to show you like
didn't
how
know that-
you can present something in a way that's like alarmist.
You didn't know that the chemistry teachers were the comedians of high school science class.
Listen, I wanted to, because we were talking about you know, the Chet Baker biopics. Has anyone here seen? I talked about this before. Has anyone here seen Kids on the Slope? Is that a show anyone's watched?
No.
I've seen kids in the hall.
Rob, do you have the ability to play something?
Well, I can hum a few bars if you like.
Oh,
Yeah.
I linked you something in the private chat. This is a show I recommend. If all jazz fans need to watch this show. It's this anime called Kids on the Slope, and it's about these teenagers playing jazz in 1960s Tokyo.
Oh,
And
sweet.
they do motion capture on it, and it's like all the music of like Art Blakey and Horace Silver and John Coltrane. There's this. I linked this scene from this where they play a medley of My Favorite Things and Art Blakey Moanin'. Rob, are you able to play this?
Is it getting us taken down? Or
No, it's on YouTube.
Okay. Well, okay. Put it in the private chat?
Yeah, private chat.
Okay, hold on.
Has anyone in the chat or the peanut gallery seen Kids on the Slope?
I think you're the only one.
Do you see the black frame between you and Rob and between you and Mazzy? It's called the generation gap. You know, probably.
Yeah, you're hysterical.
Because my friend that plays. So I have a friend that played for a couple years with John Baptiste. Played saxophone on the Colbert Show, and he's the one that turned me onto this show.
All right, I'm gonna mute myself and play it, but I don't know if it'll catch the sound. Okay,
Hopefully it does, because it's awesome. It's recorded by if anyone knows the artist Yoko Kanno, who's a big like cross genre artist. She did all the soundtrack on this.
And where can we watch this?
I don't think we could hear it.
Can you hear it?
No.
Hold on.
And what streaming service is this
You have
on?
to share.
It might be on Crunchyroll. You have to share audio, I think.
Hold on.
Rachel even knows how to do this, Rob. Damn it. Come on.
What are you saying? She's dumb and even she can do it?
No, I'm saying she's older and even she can do it.
Where am I hitting the share the audio?
Hold on, let me see if I could do it.
Oh, that looks cool.
Can you guys see the YouTube screen?
Okay, I'm getting rid of mine.
Can you guys see the YouTube screen or no?
Yes.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
No, we can't.
Wait. No.
No.
This has worked out well.
Right.
I can make
it's like a vortex.
It says to share audio, share a tab, not a window. So that's what I tried to do.
Can someone highlight Matthew Petty on the peanut gallery? He just bought the Detroit Experiment from Japan.
Ooh.
$199. Damn.
That's a hit. I've never paid that much for a record ever.
Me either.
Yeah, that.
Oh wait, no, that's not true, because I bought the Kevin Gray Asia.
That Bobby Hutcherson, I spent.
Is that what is that, Cisco pressing or something?
Yeah, and that was long before the UHQR.
Okay, Jazzbum Mike might not like this, but my suggestion, Jazzbum Mike, is there were 4 OJC titles announced today. Am I wrong about this?
No, you're right.
Were there? I didn't even know.
Yeah. Do you want to go over them?
Sure. Did you say I wouldn't like that?
No, you would like to break the news on the Jazzbum train.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
We're used to you trying to scoop us on everything, Rob.
We're not going to wait 3 days to get some news. That's be old news by the time.
So should I go to craft?
Okay, I will say this before we show them.
Oh shit!
Probably the best announcement of titles. In fact, 2 of them, or at least one, is what I'm asking for, or titles that are hard to get and people don't know a lot about them.
Oh God!
They don't
Okay,
do
I'm
it.
gonna hop off. So it was good talking to y'all.
See you, Joe.
Hey, see you, Joe.
Joe, before you go, that Surreal record, that was on that label. That he shared that with Milford Graves, right?
Oh, I'm not sure. Maybe.
There was a Superior Viaduct reissue of the Milford Graves Don Pullen.
Yeah,
That was
Lion
also on
Tail.
that label. Same label.
Oh,
IPS.
okay.
Is it IPS?
IPS is the name of the label.
It's like the Institute of Percussion Studies or something that they had. They put
Okay.
out like 10 records, but I didn't realize that's what it was. I just looked it up when you showed it. That's really cool.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well,
Before
I'll
you
talk
go-
to you guys
You
later.
know what? I actually have to go as well. But
Oh,
All right.
yeah, I'll see
Michael.
you. I'll see everyone on Thursday. Thursday.
Yes.
Okay.
Matthew,
Before
one
you
thing I
before
wanna
you
say-
before you guys go on, I talked about the Detroit experiment. The Philadelphia experiment was with Questlove, Christian McBride, and Hurricane. So that was a
oh, nice.
Yeah,
trio.
but it also was a great movie with Nancy Allen and Michael Pare.
I'll talk to you guys later. I'll see you guys later.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Later, Michael.
I didn't see that one. No.
Oh gosh, gotta see that movie.
All right.
So this is a killer ass lineup of records.
Killer ass lineup.
Yes,
All right. So this is a Red Garland.
You're not even showing it, man.
you're not showing it yet.
Oh, son of a bitch.
There you go. Well,
All right. So Red Garland groupie with Paul Chambers and Art Taylor.
yep.
Now is that it only came out as mono, right?
Yeah, and I had all these from the Dizzy OJC collection.
I actually have an OG of that, but not in the best shape.
It's a good record. I've got the AP45 of that one.
Man, I should have kept all these.
You should have. Well, you can buy them now.
Originals of this are pretty pricey. They
That's a
got the next one, Kenny Burrell and John Coltrane.
Didn't
Jazz.
Chad do this record?
No.
Maybe.
Okay, maybe I have an OJC then. I have that record.
I have the
I have,
OG.
I have a John Coltrane, Kenny Burrell twofer that has this and the Cats on it.
That's
Yeah,
a great record.
I had that. I sold that.
That's a great record.
Yes.
Tommy Flanagan. Are you going to tell us who's on the records or anything? We're going to talk about him. Or we're just going to like look at the picture and move on.
Honestly, guys, I am like
Bossy.
really fucking tired.
Chris,
I didn't
like
think
smoke another joint or something. Chill
Yeah,
out.
man. I know. I need to.
We
So
just
Kenny,
buy records for the sleeve, so
Kenny Burrell, John Coltrane, Tommy Flanagan, Paul Chambers, and Jimmy Cobb.
I love that cover. It almost looks like the Bilbao, but it wasn't. It's before.
It's a
the
great
Bilbao.
record.
That's very cool.
That's being released in May.
Nice.
Let's see when the other one was going to release. So this is April. So that one's
So
coming next month. End of
it'll be
next
3
month.
months after that.
That
probably.
album is so groovy.
It is.
It is.
Go Red Go.
they're also very expensive in Europe. It's crazy.
The OJCs are?
Yeah. They're
This one was
They're cheaper than
re-
originals.
This one they put out on ERC recently, I think.
I don't know this one.
I'm
So
gonna get
this
some
is-
cover of that.
It's great.
Southside Soul, John Wright, Wendell Robert, and Walter McCants. And originals are very, very expensive.
Yeah, that one's exciting.
Yeah, this is the one. These are the titles they should be putting out.
I've never seen this one.
And
No.
then what's cool is
Newland just put out his first album, I think, right?
Yeah.
oh, and sorry, let me see when that's coming out. That's going to be June.
Okay,
I
I
think it
kept,
speeds these up, man.
I have an OJC of this Miles one.
Yes,
me too.
most people do. It's still actually the old OJC is still in print, but it has a blue cover, right?
I have.
Well, it came out in different colors actually.
I'm definitely going to get this because I feel like this is original quintet. It's not part of the 4 records put out from that 2-day session, but it's part of that quintet. So for me, I have a reissue of this with a different cover. It's an RVG pressing of it, but I think for these Miles first quintet ones, I just want to get these like audiophile reissues for them. So I will be getting this for sure.
Are you going to get the other ones, the APs
What APs?
for steaming, cooking, relaxing, and all that
I
shit?
have those. Yeah, no, I already bought those.
Oh, I thought you didn't. I thought you had originals of those. Okay,
I do have originals of those as well.
those look amazing. So these are cool.
Yeah, they are cool.
What else
I'll
do they have?
probably get this red. So out of these, I do have the twofer with this, so I'll have to revisit that. I didn't get the Cats because I thought the twofer sounded good.
Now you have to re-listen to it. On your
No, I had the twofer. This OJC sounds kick ass.
I know, but I feel like I did a deep dive with the Cats like so long ago, and I don't know. I feel like I'm okay with.
Are you allergic to cats?
But I will get this. I've seen this in record stores before, and it's really it gets pretty pricey. So I'll definitely get Groovy and Miles, and I gotta listen to John Wright Trio.
What else is down below there that we haven't really discussed much? There's been some other shit that's come out.
Well, we have
That's
this new series. This is the
Oh, yeah.
blue,
Yeah, but they don't
Bluesville.
come out until June, I believe. I think.
This is Bluesville, and then Michael showed this Cannonball with Bill Evans, Art Blakey Caravan.
Yeah.
What else? You got the Dave Brubeck Quartet, Cats. It's crazy.
Well,
So
And how
Are you-
officially, how many of those small batches do they still have available? Like all of
no.
But I bought this. I bought this a couple of years ago, but I don't know if it's a digital or an analog mass. I don't know. This is
Probably
has a sticker.
it? Well, what does it say in the back corner at the bottom?
It says
by Phil Delancey.
No.
it says remastered in 1991, but I definitely bought
Okay,
it.
so then good chance that's digital.
That's not
Yeah.
true.
that's not true.
No,
That's not
hold
true at all.
on. If you go to the Hoffman forums, there is a correspondence with Phil Delancey
Yes.
where he says, to his best of his recollection, if it's before 1990, it probably is
Oh.
analog.
Okay. And then I think he said afterwards he just didn't know.
He
Yeah.
That's right. To his recollection, he's no longer mastering records. He
Right.
doesn't remember.
Yeah, that is a good
And,
point.
and what I
Oh,
said,
Chloe.
a good Chris, I said there's a good chance, meaning there's a chance it's analog.
Well, does it
But
sound
I've had that
good?
one. I've had that one, and it sounds excellent. It sounds fine.
Well,
I
yeah,
have the
It's
one
just-
step.
it sounds good on my system, and as like the gentleman next to me says, sometimes it's just
Yeah.
the music stupid.
But
and that's-
I will tell you, Frederick, I wasn't that impressed with the first OJC reissue, which was the Miles working, right?
Yeah,
But it's good. But that the Cats, but that Yusef Lateef is incredible.
The
is.
Cats is great. The Cats,
The Cats is excellent,
yeah.
but it's better than the two for that Mike says.
That
But
Mount 2 was good too.
This is the twofer.
yeah, yes, I've had that.
and
Junkie
does the
old-
new OJC come in a gatefold sleeve or just a single
No.
sleeve?
No,
Steel.
I'm glad they
Albums.
they didn't force it.
I'm not peer pressuring you, but that Yusef is a magical.
Yeah. Okay.
It's on. These aren't Van Gelder, I don't think.
No,
Loki said that you can get them from Amazon France for a reasonable price.
But yeah, I mean, I thought this sounded okay. I didn't feel like I needed to spend another $40 on the record. I
now,
already had.
Frederick, I have a question for you. Since you live in a country that it's not hard for you to go into another country,
Okay.
I'm always fascinated by Luxembourg in the movie industry. People don't care about this, but they're their own region. Luxembourg is their own movie distribution place, which seems odd. How many people live in Luxembourg? But I'm curious, if you go to Luxembourg and buy something and bring it back home, is there some sort of thing or no?
Is it some sort
Like
of what?
like here in Canada, like if you bought something in the US and went across the border in Canada, they could get you with some fees or something.
Oh no! It's free. How do you say that?
part of
Free
the-
As long as
movement
it's not
of
UK
goods
Brexit
and
shit.
people.
Now-
So
now-
there's no-
Yeah, so if you were to go to another country, is it cheaper to buy records than from where you are? Or
sometimes it has to do with taxes. Like I find that in Holland, the records are usually more expensive, but I usually buy a local here in Belgium, to support the local record store guys. But also, I pick the stores where the prices are really good. But mostly, I order in Germany at HHV,
Mm-hmm.
which
Yeah,
is
they're
a
awesome.
they're amazing, and their prices
They're-
are very good.
their shipping to the US is actually not that bad.
Yeah.
Really, I pay like 10. No matter how many records I order, I pay €10 to get them
It's
shipped
like-
over here. So
Yeah, here it's like 20 something bucks. It's a good
it's
place to buy
crazy, yeah.
from.
And I went to the shop, the HHV shop, 3 years ago. Yeah, and they don't, of course, they don't have all their stock in the shop. It's but they have a nice selection of secondhand and new stuff. So Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I buy a lot of stuff from them.
Okay, I can't take this abuse anymore. I'm leaving. So fuck you guys. Fuck you, Rob. It's been too, you're really being an asshole tonight, and I've had enough. See you later. I love you.
That was weird.
Wow. No one's going to take that clip from this stream and do something with it.
Yeah, exactly. I got this yesterday.
Oh, yes. I picked that up last week. It's excellent.
It is excellent. It's interesting. So the first record sounds a lot like,
Yes.
this one.
Yes.
And the second record is him doing piano solos, which is great. So
Now, did you get the Inner City or the Enja?
I got the Inner City. Which one did you get?
The Inner City. It sounds excellent.
Yeah, I would like to have an original Inja, but
Okay.
Dude, I can't go record shopping. I'm broke.
I'm gonna hit the bed. It's 3:00 in the morning here, so
Well,
but
you're
I
silly for
have the
staying
day
on-
off tomorrow. So yeah.
Oh,
You're silly for coming on the stream at 3:00 in the morning, but I appreciate it.
Yeah. Normally at this time of night, I watch porn, but especially for you, Rob, I skip
Oh,
the
no.
porn.
Carter,
So,
what do you collect classical music at all?
it's a weird
No,
thing.
not really. No, just like sometimes I buy neoclassical, more ambient kind of stuff. Like I recently bought a Max Richter album, Infra. I bought, but no, not really. No. So I'm not gonna come on the classical bumps.
Okay.
I like it, I can appreciate it, but I don't buy it. No.
I'm not
Okay.
gonna get ones either. It's okay.
Maybe if I'm crazy enough, I will stay up Friday night late as well for the jazz bumps.
Yeah.
But I don't know yet. So
Yeah, I don't know if we'll go much longer than for
Yeah.
a few minutes. So
See you later, guys. Bye.
take it easy.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining. But
Does
that's
anybody know this record?
no. What is it?
I have no fucking clue. I don't even know where I don't even remember ordering it. I got it off Amazon. I don't know where it came from. But yes, this is why I can't buy any records because I already spent all my money online. Some trio. I don't really know anything about this, so I was hoping somebody in the chat would know about it.
Did you type it up on the internet and find out what it is?
No, I'm just going to listen to it. But I mean, it's from Seller Alive, who is who was it? Oh shit, what's that record? Oh, I'll find it. So Corey Weeds owns this label. He's the guy that owns Reel to Reel.
No.
I don't know why I bought it though, but whatever. Anyway,
All right, guys, I'm gonna snack on something, and I want to give this a listen. See how this is, but it was fun.
Thank you for joining.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Thanks for hosting. All
I
right, talk to you guys later.
All right, take it easy.
did you cut a fart and just clear everybody out, or what, Rob? Fuck
Well,
happened?
yeah, I try. You know what? I try and make it look like the end of a party.
Yeah.
People, I'm going. You'll have to. The party's over. You can go somewhere else. But
You have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah.
I enjoyed when you were muted accidentally for 5 minutes earlier. That was pretty funny.
Wait, you enjoyed my what?
You were muted for like 5 minutes earlier. You were
Well, I
just
think
talking
you
away.
muted me. I think you
I
muted
didn't
me.
mute you. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
No, I didn't. I promise.
So you know what? If you like that,
Yeah.
get this album
Okay.
because if you like Reminiscent Suite. I didn't realize they were two brothers. Did you
I
know
did.
that?
No. Who? Mal Waldron and Hino?
No. Hino and his Monahino.
Oh, yeah. I knew that. Yeah. Yeah, he's on. Let me find it. Hang on. I've got this one that was really good. So this could be the same band. This is him at the Berlin Jazz Festival in '71.
Mm-hmm.
This
That
weird
dude is a
player.
killer trumpet player.
Yeah, this is a really killer record. Live too. Let's see who's on here. It doesn't say, so that's helpful. Anyway, check out the back. Not even looking.
That's probably the same band.
Need some pants like that, man.
70s, man. You got to groove. It's groovy.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm gonna
Cool.
clean this album and listen to it.
Yeah, that looks like a neat one.
But,
Oh, let's do this today, man. It's so good.
Which one?
This Les McCann that Zev put out. It's 3 LP.
People are raving. Did anyone? So the Yusef Latif one that
Yep.
he's putting out.
Mhm.
I asked Zev on a Facebook thing, because I really want them to drop audio samples.
He
so we
has
can-
been.
Well, he says no, there isn't. But someone in the Discord server found the whole show on a French radio station website,
Yep.
and I was listening to it, and that fucking thing kills.
I'm hoping he'll maybe send us some files like before. I think we're gonna interview him in a couple of weeks. So
That thing, it just slays. I
yeah,
tell you.
I'm interested in that. There's what else is there? Isn't there like a Mal? Isn't there a Mal Waldron?
So there are 8. So here's what I'm gonna get. I'm getting the Yusuf because that thing is so good.
Mhm.
There's the Mal Waldron Steve Lacy.
Yes.
show.
Yes.
There is the Sonny Rollins 4-disc. I'll probably get that because you can hear that one, and that actually is a good recording.
Yeah.
So those are the 3 I'm planning on getting.
The Sonny Rollins, is that what you said?
Sonny Rollins, and I'll probably end up getting the mono Bill Evans, right?
Is there a Bill Evans?
Kraft is putting out a mono. What is
Like
Kraft
what?
putting?
I don't know. Well, let's bring it up.
It's Kraft Record Store Day, RSD mono 2024. It is Everyone Digs Bill Evans.
Oh.
Mono.
You already have it in the box. Who gives a shit?
I have the box, but it's stereo. Right? Is it mono?
No, it's stereo.
But I mean, again, I have to, get everything situated. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So for RSD, I'm buying them less on day of now. I mean, they're just so many of them are cheap as fuck.
Yeah, but they're not making as many copies, right?
I know, but here's a good example. This is a really good Les McCann. This is 3 LPs, 2 of them from Seattle and 1 from the Village Vanguard. And this is like a $75 record or $70 record when it was new. And you can get a copy sealed for $35 on Discogs now, which you should. It's really good. But so I don't know. It's tough though, because some of them get really popular and sell out, and you can't even get one. Like what was that one? What was it a couple years ago that he only did like 500 copies of? Do you remember, Rob? What was that one?
Yeah, it was a Zev one.
Yeah, and it was like a Roy Ayers or something. I don't remember what it was, but it sold out, and it was like a $500 or $300 record afterwards.
Yeah, but then they repressed it. If it's
No, they didn't. No, they didn't repress this one. I don't know what it was, but anyway, I like his stuff though, man. I think it's great.
But also what they end up doing is they have a stockpile of extras, then they drop them on their websites.
True. And then, like, I think the Jazz Detective stuff he's putting out, I don't know if it's true for all of them, but like those Ahmad Jamals, they issued. I mean, there was just a RSD first, so those were great, man. I've been enjoying all the stuff he's gotten out of the Penthouse.
Yeah, I'm going to sit down and think about it. So
I gotta get a root canal tomorrow. That'll be fun.
The what?
I gotta get a root canal tomorrow. That's gonna be fun.
You have to get one?
Yeah.
They're not good.
I know. Well, maybe not. They said they're gonna try not to do it if they don't have to. We'll see.
I'm gonna be cleaning records for the auction. I have this auction is killer. In fact, I'm gonna probably do this one. I'm probably gonna auction this.
Yeah, that'll be good.
This OG goes for $150. But
are you gonna sell a $150 record on the auction?
Yeah, I want to give people a chance. I can put it up and let it sit on eBay or Discogs.
What are you gonna start it at?
Huh?
What would you start that at?
I don't know. Maybe I won't put it in the auction. I do have. I have some OG Blue Notes. I have a lot of good stuff.
Tommy Flanagan, shut up, Louie. I'm gonna kill you.
Dude, you need to embrace jazz and make it part of your soul.
You embrace Tommy Flanagan. He's the best.
Roberto, I'll probably put
it a meme.
There's actually none up on Discogs from what I remember. I think. Pretty sure.
No, maybe that wasn't a comp. That was a series that Prestige did.
Yeah, they're more the chill kind of records.
Chilly chill, yeah.
Because the Red Garland one I have, that's the red one that OJC.
Oh yeah,
OJC goes for some money.
It'd be cool if they did that as a new OJC.
That's what I was hoping they would come out with that one.
But I
But
mean,
I-
dude, they're gonna put out popular shit and then sprinkle in these not popular ones. Otherwise, they won't sell.
I think they're going to sell. I think they're doing well with those.
I do too.
Roberto,
It's not an auction right now, Roberto.
yeah, it's not happening right now, man.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Where
Jim
is
got dragged to Costco. He's a Costco wife.
Oh, Matthew Petty said he'd give you $100 for it. Hmm.
Well, reach out to me, Matthew Petty. I wouldn't charge. I don't know if I'd charge you $100, but maybe. Hey, what does Duke Pearson think of all this nonsense?
Is it Duke Pearson or Duke Jordan?
No, that's Duke Pearson. Duke Jordan is different.
I fucking labeled it as Duke Jordan like a dumbass. Oh shit, that's funny. Cool. Well, there's still 95 people just watching me and you. It's weird.
I know. Do you guys have not anything to do?
I mean, we don't obviously.
You know,
So you like that Mal? You like that Mal Waldron though? The moods.
excellent, killer, excellent. I haven't really heard a bad Mal Waldron record,
No, that's true.
and I probably have 20 of his records.
I don't have that many, but I got a lot.
But listen, guys, I really appreciate everyone coming along. I made the mistake of going to lunch with Jim. There's a place we go to called the Talleyrand that serves basically a Thanksgiving
Is it the turkey
style.
place? Yeah.
Yes. So we ate turkey and the tryptophan. I'm kind of beat from it,
Alright.
but it was good. But there's lots of reasons to praise today that it was a good day for me, and lots of good happening things in the vinyl community for everyone.
Yes, indeed. All right, we're killing it. We done?
Yeah, we're done. See you. Come to the Bums on Friday night, everyone.
Yeah, come to Rob's auction on Saturday.
Yeah, also come to the. I'll probably, since I picked up some classical records, I'll do that. Classical Bums.
Oh yeah. Classical Bums is Thursday.
Oh, you know what everyone could do? If
Hmm.
you still want to watch something, go to Stephen Schnee's ski lodge. He's a good guy, plays nice, entertaining music. If you want to see me make fun of someone in the peanut gallery, I make crack jokes on Stephen Schnee.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Chris. Goodbye,
everyone.
everybody. See ya.
Hang on for a second, Rob.
What?